Hi everyone, Vegas film critic here, Jeffrey K. Howard, here to review Hacksaw Ridge from director Mel Gibson, who is just, he's been absent from the big screen, either acting or directing for like a decade, all because of that anti-Semitic drunk tirade he had about a decade ago. And he's apologized profusely for that. I think he's getting a bad rap for it. I don't think he's anti-Semitic. I don't think he's a racist. I just think he had just a bad night. I really did. Because there's no pattern to it. There is no pattern to his behavior. If he was a bigot, if he was, we'd see repeated examples of this, but we haven't. So I think just some weird kind of situation. He's hopefully his life and career is not defined from that one stumble. He's forgiven. I've forgiven him, and he's just apologized profusely. He was on Stephen Colbert. He's doing all kinds of PR for Hacksaw Ridge, and it comes up. It has to, because he's been missing for a decade. So we just got that out of the way, and you try to separate the art from the artist. Okay, I know a lot of people can't do that, but with Mel Gibson, just kind of separate yourself. Hacksaw Ridge is an amazing true story of Desmond Doss, who is a conscientious objector, meaning he's, believes his faith so much that thou shalt not kill. He doesn't want to kill anyone. And this is World War II in Okinawa in the Pacific Theater, one of the bloodiest battles, bloodiest theaters of war in World War II. And he wanted to serve his country, but he wanted to serve it as a medic. He didn't want to kill anybody. Very, very noble. But you know what? It doesn't sound very realistic, right? Going into battle, what are you going to defend yourself? So he goes through basic training. He wants to serve his country. And of course, he's getting hounded by everyone in his platoon, especially the sergeant, played by Vince Vaughn, and his captain, played by Sam Worthington. And, it's the law. If he doesn't want to fight, he can serve as a combat medic. But you know what? They're doing everything they can to drum him out of the Corps. And in the end, he gets to serve. He goes to Okinawa, which was a real meat grinder, real bloody. And he ends up saving 75 fellow soldiers in one of the bloodiest battles. And there was this giant cliff that they're trying to scale. Remember, like Normandy on D-Day? They're trying to scale this cliff. He lowers them down by rope. He goes to find all these individuals. When the Japanese overrun the platoon, they absolutely just retreat. But he stays. You know what? Bullets are whizzing by. Bombs are going off from ships shelling from offshore. Ridiculous circumstances. And Mel Gibson really shows his visceral and bloody. He said in interviews, he wanted you to think you were in the foxhole. He wanted to think you were right there in the battle. And you do, because the battle scenes go on for 20, 30 minutes. And people have been, criticizing me for this, but, I felt for the Japanese too. I know that the enemy, there was a humanity to this film. There's a humanity to Andrew Garfield playing Desmond Doss. There's even a scene where he helps a Japanese soldier who's wounded. So there's this overlay of humanity, overlay of religion and hope, in the midst of all this battle. I mean, it's just bloody, ridiculous, just the absurdity of war. Some people, I've read some other reviews where they say that it glorifies battle. I didn't see that at all. I mean, I guess it's all in the eye of the beholder. So Vince Vaughn is awesome as the sergeant. This whole cast is like Australian and English, all these different backgrounds. But, Vince Vaughn is the only American in the movie, so I thought that was really cool. Mel Gibson has got a remarkable eye. He's a remarkable storyteller. Hacksaw Ridge was just a phenomenal film. It really wasn't. If you're a big World War II fan like I am, and just so many great World War II movies, but this one, unlike the classic Hollywood films where they don't seem real, like Saving Private Ryan and like Hacksaw Ridge, they definitely feel real. And you'll leave not only just seeing this incredible American hero who won the Medal of Honor and being the first conscientious objector who never picked up a weapon of any kind, even in the threat of Japanese soldiers with bayonets, he ran, he scrambled, but he comes right back and saves his fellow man, including his captain who wanted him drummed out of the Corps. Can you believe that? Drummed out of the army, but no, it's an amazing story. I'm sure there's lots of stories out there, but this one is a real American hero. And I think Desmond Doss he died in 2006, lived into his 80s. If you stayed at the end of the movie, there's all these interviews with him. So Mel Gibson, you did a wonderful job. The cast did a wonderful job. One of my favorite movies of the year. Don't forget to see Hacksaw Ridge. All right, for more reviews and interviews, just surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. I'm Jeffrey K. Howard. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.